environmental impact statement. My name is Val Thomas, and I'm an environmental protection specialist for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The Bureau of Indian Affairs is a bureau within the Department of the Interior, which is part of the federal government. I will be your facilitator for this evening's hearing, and I'd like to introduce my supervisor, Mr. John Ridzik, in the back. And also to our right is Patrick Kumeyaay. He's our lead deed of trust environmental protection specialist. Now, both Mr. Ridzik and Pat O'Malley are out of our Sacramento office. I'd like to start by pointing out a little bit of logistics. The restrooms are located out this back door, down the hallway and to the right. For emergency exits, if there is anything of an emergency, such as an earthquake, etc., that we would exit out the back door here, down the stairs, and through the side. There's a side door, and then out into the parking lot and wait for emergency services. Okay, so the purpose that we're here tonight is to conduct a public scoping for the environmental impact statement for the proposed deed of trust land acquisition of 60.8 acres and the subsequent development of a casino complex for the Manzanita band of Kumeyaay Indians, which is a federally registered tribe. The proposed casino complex will be located near the city of Mexico in Imperial County, California. And for site location, you've got the board right here, and then also in your handouts there's a nice picture of the location. The purpose and need for this project is that as part of its business plan to improve tribal economy and assist tribal members to attain economic self-sufficiency, the Manzanita band proposes to bring fee simple land into trust for the purpose of building a casino complex. The federal action that triggers the NEPA, National Environmental Policy Act, in this case, is the action of bringing the fee simple land into trust for the purpose of gaming. The proposed casino facility will consist of a gaming area, restaurants and lounges, retail shops, meeting and assembly rooms, entertainment and recreation spaces, facility support spaces, a central plant consisting of generators and air conditioning units, a hotel with approximately 200 rooms, parking spaces for about 3,200 cars or vehicles, and a joint fire and police station. Issues and concerns to date, I'm not aware of any. And I will commence with a few procedural matters. Then I will acknowledge our federal government officials, if we have any here tonight, followed by the chairman of the Manzanita Band of Kumeyaay Indians, Mr. Elliott, if he's here tonight, and any other elected officials, followed by public testimony. Again, the purpose of the scoping hearing tonight is to receive public input as to what the public believes are significant environmental issues which may result from the proposed federal action, and what are reasonable alternatives to that proposed action so that they might be thoroughly analyzed in the EIS process. With that in mind, please be clear that tonight's purpose is not a question and answer period, nor is it a debate. You will have an opportunity to tell us what the environmental issues are that are important to you and what needs to be discussed and analyzed in the EIS. The outcome of the scoping process, what we're doing here tonight, is called a results of scoping report. It's a plan for the preparation of this EIS. It will lay out the significant issues, the cooperating agencies, and the alternatives to be discussed in the EIS. The results of the scoping report will be mailed to everyone that's on the mailing list, which can be accomplished by you being here tonight and giving us your name and address on the sign-in sheet, or sending us a letter requesting that you get a copy of that report, or by giving public testimony here tonight and giving us your name and address. The next steps after the results of scoping report is the draft EIS, and that should address all the concerns that are raised in scoping. Now let's talk a little bit about the preparation of this environmental impact statement, or EIS, as you will hear me say quite frequently tonight. The Preparation of an EIS consists of the following. It identifies the purpose and need for the proposed project. It identifies the project issues and concerns, develops a reasonable range of alternatives for the proposed project, evaluates potential environmental consequences of the alternatives, and then provides for public participation through formal meetings and the opportunities to send in comments. The steps of the NEPA EIS process for this proposed project are as follows. We first sent in a federal notice of intent to prepare an EIS, and that was done on March 7th of 2008. The scoping period for public input is through April 7th of 2008. Then we go into analysis of alternatives and the development of the draft EIS, which takes about 2 or 3 months on average. Then the draft EIS is issued for public review for a minimum of 45 days. Public hearing on the draft EIS is not less than 15 days after the Federal Register notice of publication. And then there's a response to comments and preparation of final EIS. Once that's done, we publish a notice of availability again in the Federal Register and the local papers to alert you to that we have finalized that environmental document. Then it's available for 30 days of public review, after which the record of decision is published. At this point, I need to explain that how we're going to do this public process right now. We're going to take speakers in the order which they signed in the back, with the exception of any elected leaders who I'll invite to come up first. And I respectfully ask that everybody confine their remarks to about 3 minutes so that we all can have an opportunity to speak. Time permitting, after everyone's had an opportunity to speak, we'll allow you to come back up for an additional 3 minutes if there's any more information that you wanted to give us that you couldn't get in that first time period, or if you thought up of something new. If you have written comments, we'll accept them here tonight. Otherwise, please mail them to the address that was in the notice so that they get to us before the 7th of April. To best participate in this formal process hearing, we offer the following recommendations, which I like to call the ground rules. The first is that we ask that you summarize your main points within your 3-minute public speaking period. We're going to time you with our high-tech kitchen timer so that you'll know when your time is up. Your details are best provided in a written format, and we'll be happy to collect them from you at any time during this process. But again, make sure that you get them in on or before the 7th of April of 2008. Second thing is that we ask you to be as specific as you can. Only what we call substantive comments will be reviewed and responded into in the preparation of this EIS. And lastly, try to avoid personal attacks. The best opportunity to state your views convincingly is through a brief and factual presentation. We all agree it's okay to disagree. It's just how we do that will make this process flow smoothly. All right. So with that, I'd like to introduce any elected officials that we have here tonight. Okay. We do have Mr. Wally Leimgruber and Victor Carrillo and Mayor John Renison and Mayor Pro Tem Carmen Durazo. Is there anybody else that we didn't note on this list? Okay then. Sorry.
Do we have other speaker slips?
I'll pick them up, Bert.
Okay, thank you for having this scoping meeting here in Imperial County. My name is Wally Leimgruber. I serve as the 5th District Supervisor of Imperial County.